Have you ever wondered why there's a handful of salespeople who seem to close deals effortlessly, while on the other spectrum, there's a huge majority that struggles. They really struggle to close just one deal. What if I told you there's a formula applied by those that are able to close deals? They know what to say and how to say it. That's what I want to share with you today. Let's delve into it. Every time when I'm conducting my sales training, I usually ask my audience, if you approach a prospect and then they tell you, oh, we are happy with our service provider, how do you proceed with the conversation? Most of them tell me, that's the end of the conversation. We just say thank you for your time and then off we go. No! That's the beginning of an interesting sales conversation, which you may end up closing the deal. So I want to share with you 18 killer questions that you just need to learn how to pose and how to ask them effectively. Number one, you may ask, what is it that you like the most about your service provider? When you ask that question, the prospect is going to tell you the good about the service that they are currently getting, and it can also give you some insights. And then number two, you can say, if you could change something about the service that you are currently receiving, what would that be? By asking that question, you are trying to poke holes into the current service that they are getting. So it may be the service or the product or whatever it is that they are receiving. If you just ask what it is that they could possibly change, you start hearing the stories. And some of them will start complaining about certain aspects, and you keep drilling down to understand exactly how that affects them. Then the third question now that you need to ask is also good in terms of revealing the challenges that the prospect is getting. What's holding you back from reaching your business goals? By asking that question, you are getting the client to start to reveal the challenges that they are currently facing. Or you may ask, what is the biggest challenge you are currently facing with your software, with your insurance provision, with your health insurance coverage, with your motor vehicle, whatever it is that you are selling? Ask them, what is the biggest challenge you are currently facing with that? When you want to know what they have done in the past about the problem, when you want to know whether they have used other competitors of yours to resolve the problem, then you may ask, which is question number 4, have you tried to resolve this problem in the past? Or you may say, what have you done in the past to try and resolve this problem? Or you may simply ask, what have you done to resolve this problem? Then question number 5. When they've mentioned the problem, you may also apply question number 6 and say, would you like to tell me about a situation where this problem adversely affected your business? You see, by asking this, you want practical examples. And when they give you practical examples, you're going to keep those in your files for the time of closing. Then number 7, what is your top priority now? You want to know what it is that they are currently focusing on or working on. So you ask, what is your current priority now? If you want to escalate the problem, for them to see how big the problem is and how it's going to affect them in the future if they don't resolve it, you can ask, how do you see this challenge evolving in the next 6 months? By asking that question, you are making them see that this problem can escalate into a huge problem if they don't resolve it now. Or you may ask question number 9, what do you see happening if this problem is not addressed? When you want to paint a good picture of the future that they may experience after they have resolved the problem, you may ask question number 10, how would resolving this problem impact your bottom line? Or how would resolving this problem impact your profitability? Or how would resolving this problem impact your operation? You just find where it fits and apply that. But basically what you're asking is the good future that they can see after resolving the problem. Then question number 11, you might say, what would be the ideal outcome if this problem is resolved? You see, you are also trying to paint a picture of the good future. Now, you may want to know about their budget. It's usually not advisable to say, what is your budget? You may say that, but a lot of them might resist answering that question because they think that they are trapping themselves. You will then charge them according to their budget, whereas that might not be the case. So the best way to ask about the budget is to say, Ben, how much would you say this problem is costing you? Now, when they tell you how much the problem is costing them, it makes it easier for you now to analyze your fees as against the problem that they are resolving. For instance, if they say that it's costing us about $300,000. Now, if you come with a solution for which you are requesting $20,000, it makes sense. We now want to move to the decision-making stage. When you want to know about the decision-making, you may ask, who else is involved in the decision-making process? By asking that question, you are going to get an insight into the people that are involved in the decision making, so that maybe you may request another presentation in their presence, but it helps you to know who has the decision and how is the decision made. You may also ask question number 14, what criteria do you use to evaluate solutions like ours? Question number 15, you may ask, what would prevent you from moving forward with this solution? You want to know the time frame now that they may take to implement your solution. So you may ask question number 16, how soon are you looking at implementing this solution? Then you want to narrow it down to see if you can get the business. You may ask, if we could provide a solution to this problem, you state the problem. If we could provide a solution to this problem, would you be ready to move forward? Now you want to know if there are any obstacles that might stand on the way, or if there are any objections. If there are objections, then they raise them. So question number 18, which is the last one, you want to get a referral, and you may say, who else in your network do you think might benefit from the solution? You see, that's a wise way of asking for a referral. I hope these 18 questions will help you. Just pick the ones that you can and make a proper application of them, and you'll see a huge difference in the way that you sell. Selling is all about knowing and asking the right questions. When you ask the right questions at the right time, you get the right answers and you'll be able to close. I hope this helps. Do not share this information with your competitors, because they might end up getting an advantage over you. So just keep it to yourself.